to win multiple nationals. Gooley is way in front of the others at the moment, so that one
coming into a line now.
Off and racing in the Randox Grand National of 2024, heading towards the Melling Road in the first of 30 fences. Minella Crooner is up there, late night pass over on the far side with Farouk Delen, Korak Rambler handy with Nasalam and Glenn Gooley. Minella Indo just in behind as they reach fence 1.
Rider at fence number 1, last year's winner out of the race at the first this time. Nasalam prominent with Minella Crooner and Glenn Gooley as they come down towards fence number 2. Eldorado Allen and Minella Indo also prominent. Foxy Jacks is well up there towards the outside. They're all safely. They're not. There's one down at fact. There's the loose horse who fell at the back. Korak Rambler just took another tumble. Here's the open ditch. Glenn Gooley, Minella Crooner, Foxy Jacks, Eldorado Allen, then Minella Indo, followed by Farouk Delen and Galvin. Late night pass wider out, and then Cocoa Beach, and to the inside Am Maximus, then the Gotha and Kitty's Light as they come to take the 4th. It's Glenn Gooley who landed out in front from Foxy Jacks, Minella Crooner, Farouk Delen, late night pass, and Eldorado Allen. Then came Nasalam, the Gotha, Kitty's Light, and Minella Indo as they approach the 5th.
And Glenn Gooley just about the leader, with on the outside is Foxy Jacks, Minella Crooner just behind these with Farouk Delen in the white cap, wider out late night pass. The grey is Eldorado Allen as they head down to Beaches. Nasalam is chasing them with Minella Indo, and then back in the field to Delta Work, and on the inside Vanillier in a red jacket, one of the greys, as they jump Beaches Brook, and Glenn Gooley is safely over, and they're all safely over Beaches Brook. Mr. Incredible as well back towards the inside, and also towards the inside rear as they move on towards the next plain fence. And over this one it's Glenn Gooley that leads the way. Noble Yates is one of the back markers at the moment. Glenn Gooley from Minella Crooner, and then right up on the outside Foxy Jacks in the dark blue jacket, Eldorado Allen, as they now reach the canal turn. They're followed then by Minella Indo, who goes well into about 5th place, followed then by Farouk Delen. Cocoa Beach is handy. Am Maximus in a white cat just tracking them from Nasalam, and late night past Glenn Gooley at Valentine's.
And Statler's been pulled up before Valentine's as the others get their way over it. Marlin Mission made a mistake. He's just about back marker. Also Noble Yates is well behind at the moment. On to another plain fence. It's Glenn Gooley from Minella Crooner, Foxy Jacks in the dark blue jacket, then Eldorado Allen, followed by Cocoa Beach and Farouk Delen. Another mistake from Marlin Mission further back. Nasalam, Kitty's Light, Galia Dilato, adamantly chosen, and late night pass all chasing up the leaders at this point. Then Am Maximus now to another open ditch. Watch him get over there. Marlin Mission still right up the back. Limerick Lace and Noble Yates also some way toward the rear. So Glenn Gooley led as they approach another plain fence before they head towards the race course proper. Glenn Gooley over this one in front from Foxy Jacks in second. Then Eldorado Allen. Eclat de Rear made a mistake there. Farouk Delen was also a little untidy. Glenn Gooley from Foxy Jacks as they head towards the Anchor Bridge crossing. Then Eldorado Allen and Minella Crooner from Galia Dilato, the yellow sleeves. Then Kitty's Light and late night pass from Nasalam, Minella Indo and Cocoa Beach. Delta Work, Galvin, Capadano the next ones. From the Gotha in the blue and the red. Then Janadil, adamantly chosen, and Wild Marge. Mac Totty back through them alongside Eclat de Rear, Mr. Incredible. Mac Totty some way towards the back of the field with Chemical Energy. Noble Yates, the last one turning for home this time.
So on to the racecourse proper, and the leader is Glenn Gooley in the hands of Michael O'Sullivan. 2 Foxy Jacks on the outside, Minella Crooner and Kevin Sexton, the black and white, followed by Farouk Delen. Minella Indo quite handy with Eldorado Allen and Galia de Lito. Kitty's Light not too far away with late night pass out wider as they meet fence 13, all of them managing to get over that. Chemical Energy is just in behind the front 7 or 8, getting a little bit closer is Ain't That a Shame. And Nasalam is still just following the leaders with Minella Indo as they jump what will be the last next time around towards the rear. Mr. Incredible with Mac Totty and Limerick Lace after an earlier mistake towards the back with Panda Boy and Noble Yates and Harry Cobden at the back of the field as they come to the chair, fence number 15. And it's Glenn Gooley to Foxy Jacks, Eldorado Allen, and unseating at the back Marlin Mission went at the chair, and Mr. Incredible as well. Marlin Mission and Mr. Incredible both went at the chair as Glenn Gooley leads them to the water. 2 Foxy Jacks, Minella Crooner, Eldorado Allen is up there on the inside. Late night pass and Gina Andrews out wider with Farouk Delen fairly handy, and then Minella Indo and Rachel Blackmore, Nasalam, Galia de Lito, Harry Skelton, Kitty's Light is there, just better than midfield, with Am Maximus on the inside. And then Galvin, and Ain't That a Shame, and David Maxwell, followed by Vanillier, last year's runner-up. And then Capodano still in the race with Limerick Lace and Janadil and Panda Boy. Chemical Energy has lost a little bit of ground. Mac Totti is towards the rear, and Noble Yates is still at the back as the field cross the Melling Road and are about to lift off at fence 17.
Late night pass, Minella, Crooner, Foxy Jacks, Glenn Gooley, Eldorado, Allen the leaders from Minella, Indo and Nasalan close up behind the speed, along with Gallia de la Tote, and then Ain't That a Shame in the red and brown. Kitty's Light goes well a little bit deeper out on the circuit in those red sleeves as they race towards another plain one. It's Foxy Jacks, Minella, Crooner, Kitty's Light, Glenn Gooley, Minella, Indo, Nasalan, Farrick Delen and Ain't That a Shame. Many chances going towards the open ditch now, fence number 19. Glenn Gooley in the centre in the red from Foxy Jacks, Eldorado Allen, Minella Indo, Gallia de la Tote. Late night pass wider from Minella Crooner, then Kitty's Light the Goffer, Meaty the Waters and Ain't That a Shame, followed then by Galvin, out Delta Work, on towards another plain fence now. Glenn Gooley in the centre, took off in front there. Leading from Eldorado Allen, Minella Indo, late night pass, Minella Crooner and Gallia de la Tote. Then Kitty's Light, Foxy Jacks has lost a bit of ground. Warmarge is coming into it. Looks like Mac Totti's going to be pulled up at the back.
Eldorado Allen right up the inside, in the centre Glenn Gooley, wider out late night pass in the red and white jacket, then Minella Crooner, Gallia de la Tote in the yellow sleeves, Kitty's Light, and then Warmarge a little wider out. Am Maximus going well on the inside in a white cap as they arrive now at Beaches Brook, and Eldorado Allen was the leader, and Am Maximus made a mistake, and a worse mistake by Noble Yates, who was struggling a bit anyway, as they run on now towards the Foynaven fence, and it's Eldorado Allen on the inside of Glenn Gooley, Gallia de la Tote. Out wide then is Late Night Pass from Minella Indo. After these towards the inside, Cocoa Beach still handy, and then Delta Work, Kitty's Light well in touch, and out wide Minella Crooner as they arrive back at the canal turn. Eldorado Allen from Glenn Gooley, Late Night Pass, they're very well grouped together. Way back at the end of the field now is Farrick Delen racing on towards Valentine's. Glenn Gooley, Late Night Pass and Eldorado Allen on the inside.
Eldorado Allen led them then, just about in front there for in Late Night Pass. Glenn Gooley still well up there in the red and white. Gallia de la Tote also nicely handy with those yellow sleeves. Kitty's Light, Warmarge, Minella Indo, then Delta Work in Cocoa Beach. Farrick Delen has been pulled up before fence number 26. Foxy Jacks is now the last one going, although he's losing touch. They're racing towards the final open ditch, fence number 27. 4 out, Eldorado Allen, Late Night Pass, Gallia de la Tote, Kitty's Light, Meaty the Waters made a mistake. They've got one down at the back of the field there. It could well be Glenn Gooley. Glenn Gooley, the early leader, has gone. So Gallia de la Tote, Eldorado Allen, Am Maximus on the heels of the leaders with Cocoa Beach. Then Delta Work, Kitty's Light, Late Night Pass. Foxy Jacks, Minella Crooner getting well behind, so too Chemical Energy. So approaching the Anchor Bridge crossing, Gallia de la Tote, Late Night Pass, Kitty's Light, then Minella Indo. Right behind him with the blue cap is Delta Work, and then Eldorado Allen, Am Maximus and Galvin. Warmarge, the Goffer's got every chance. Meaty the Waters, Ain't That a Shame. Vanillier is now been ridden along, so too Cocoa Beach, and then Nasalam, and then Limerick Lace and Janadil. They head the way towards home. Many chances in the National.
And it's Gina Andrews on board Late Night Pass with a narrow lead to Gallia de la Tote and Harry Skelton. Minella Indo is just in behind with Kitty's Light and Delta Work. Galvin has crept into 6th. Then Warmarge just being chased along. Am Maximus is next in the field, along with on the outside Meeting of the Waters. Late Night Pass just led over the second last. Kitty's Light coming to challenge. Minella Indo is held together. Gallia de la Tote just losing ground as Delta Work and Meeting of the Waters try and improve as they reach the 30th and final fence. Late Night Pass pressed by Minella Indo and Kitty's Light. Meeting of the Waters on the outside. Delta Work is coming there. Am Maximus is also looking to get through. There's a loose horse involved as they run towards the elbow. Minella Indo and Rachel Blackmore to Delta Work in second. Am Maximus is in third. Kitty's Light is in fourth. Minella Indo is pressed and passed by Am Maximus, who starts to storm clear inside the last half furlong. And Am Maximus Maximus and Paul Townend streaking away to win the Randox Grand National. Am Maximus the winner. Second was Delta Work Minella Indo, a fantastic run in third ahead of Galvin and Kitty's Light. Ain't That a Shame got round under David Maxwell ahead of Meeting of the Waters, Galia de la Tow, Rowan Marge finishing, so too Limerick Lace, Cocoa Beach, Late Night Pass got tired, the Goffer, Vanillier, many finishers, Eclat de Rear, Panda Boy, Capodano, Noble Yates, Nassalam, Eldorado Allen and Adamantly Chosen.
You just sensed this was Willie Mullins' year. He's done everything else. Now he's put the Grand National as the cherry on the cake. Paul Townend has ridden Am Maximus to victory in the Randox Grand National in the colours of J.P. McManus. Another success in the race for him. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4 for Ireland. Delta Work third 2 years ago, goes one better this time. Former Gold Cup winner Minella Indo has run valiantly in third under Rachel Blackmore. Galvin is fourth for Gordon Elliott. Kitty's Light doing best of the British trained horses. A wonderful run in fifth place, but he was returned the 7-1 joint favourite for a reason. Paul Townend and Willie Mullins, the unstoppable force in jump racing. They have won the Grand National with Am Maximus, who won the Irish equivalent last year. Not the first time that route has been used for success. A different Grand National, an unusual Grand National, one with 15, 17, 20 in with a chance, 3 out, but Am Maximus much the best.
That was definitely a function of it, but I'm not sure I've seen a national winner finish with such purpose. To manage to separate himself from a cluster, as you say, Nick, entering the straight, 15, 20 horses, he's not even in front at the elbow, and suddenly the turbo kicks in. What an engine, and what a story for a horse who was just a 2-mile novice hurdler for so long, for Nicky Henderson, absolutely transformed into this entirely different beast since joining Mullins, and this reinvention as a marathon staying handicap chaser, adding an Irish national, this strange action of his that he has, but the engine is just there for all to see. Who'd have had this down as nearly a double figures winning margin at this point?
Of course, Willie Mullins has been here before in the Grand National winners enclosure with Hedge Hunter back in 2005. Any amount of horses hugely fancied since have gone by the wayside, but Paul Townend has done just about everything else in his career. Now he's got the full set. Yeah. Now he's got the national.
And this is the point here where really that abundant stamina is shining through, right through that final 200 yards. He really powers away from them. Townend script pin up the inside all the way. They spread right across the track, didn't they? The field early on, but Townend knew his position that he wanted. He was right hard up that inside right the way through the race. There were points where he might have missed the odd fence out and just needed nudging along, but he did keep himself in touch for long enough, and ultimately he's run out a very convincing winner.
I think he was helped also by the fact it was a different Grand National. It wasn't helter-skelter, standing start. They were going so much slower. You worry after the first fence. Correct Ramble last year's winner unseating that, oh no, does this set the tone now for a race full of incident that we don't want? Indeed, it was actually the opposite. We got a race that was remarkably incident-free.
We did. Marla Mission, Mr. Incredible, they both went at the chair. But apart from that and Correct Rambler, all the others pretty much sailed round as they liked. Yeah, Noble Yates didn't take much interest at various points, and nor did Panda Boy amongst the fancied horses. But Gina Andrews on the left here on Late Night Pass just didn't quite see it out.
Didn't quite stay, but the connections of lots of these horses will have had a thrill at some point in the race, wouldn't they? There was coming to the second last. I could hardly believe it was the second last. Such were the amount of runners that really did still have a chance and were in contention at the time.
And you can't tell me that the changes have taken away from the spectacle. Still an amazing race. Obviously you see a lot of sniping in the lead up. Oh, it's not like it used to be. We've still been treated to 30 odd runners, some of the best staying chasers around, with a race that was nothing other than thrilling.
Delta Work has run a mighty race in second, third 2 years ago, regular in Grade 1 races. These are classy horses coming to the fore, aren't they? They really are.
Yeah, very much so. You've got Minella Indo, the former Gold Cup winner, in third. I thought he was going to be one of the rare breed that managed to win a Gold Cup and a Grand National in their career when they got to the elbow, and he was still in front, but he just didn't have the legs of Am Maximus late on. You can see Townend still burrowing away up that inside. He's following Delta Work through. He gives him a lovely lead and tow into the race for so long, and he kept out of trouble on that inside. It can be a dangerous route to take at times, but it was much less so in this field today because they spread so far across the track.
Now, these jockeys have ridden very sensibly, very circumspectly. They've used the width of the track. The briefing has gone in today for sure. And there are 17 in with some sort of a chance as they come to 2 out. I've never seen a national like this.
No, the contrasting finishing efforts between the McManus big guns who loomed up. Meets the walls at this point. It looks like he's taking a pull. He's looking across, but he doesn't last out half as well as Am Maximus. He had to be seen to believe that finishing effort. It was remarkable how far he's come clear in the end.
Yeah, I think Meeting of the Waters, who loomed up sides nearly at the final fence, I think he probably just over-raced a little bit through the middle section, and that told on him in the end.
David Maxwell has had a hell of a ride off Ain't That a Shame. Unbelievable performance from him. The chocolate and red colours there running all the way to the line, finishing off much better than in this race last year. It does, the way the race is run does suggest it wasn't that much of a test of stamina.
Yeah.
No, we came into this week thinking that this was going to be, 25 horses pulled up, the ground was going to be so testing.
Yeah, it's completely paused, but he's a good microcosm of the race as a whole, because last year he did look a blatant non-stayer under Rachel, having raced enthusiastically. Because they haven't gone harder, this ground drying out all the time, he's been able to conserve a bit of energy and finish.
And the class has come, hasn't it? That little bit of extra class and pace has come to the fore.
I almost feel like Minella he did see it out, admittedly, but he has lost a couple of places late on. Delta Work looked magnificent beforehand. He's gone some way to arresting what had previously been a disappointing Grand National as a race for him, with 2 previous, 1 luckless defeat and